Good morning children. So in the last class we discussed about circulatory system introduction and what are the parts of the circulatory system. There I explained you about heart. So still we need to discuss about blood vessels and blood, right. So in the heart I explained you in the last class how the heart was divided into 4 chambers with the help of septae. Just it is the recap. Okay. Heart have 4 septae. I hope you all remember. So the first septae in between the auricles, interauricular septum. The second septae in between ventricles, interventricular septum. Next in between right auricle, right ventricle, it is called right auriculoventricular septum, and in between left auricle, left ventricle. So this is called left auriculoventricular septum. So even I explained you what are the valves present in it, right. So the valves are here one valve, okay, right side tricuspid valve, left side bicuspid valve, and here pulmonary valve, and here systemic valve. So in the last class I explained you about how the heart divided into 4 chambers and what is the role of the valves and where they are located. Okay. So let me start now. What are the blood vessels? So today class we are going to discuss about how many blood vessels are present in the heart. Okay. So now let me start here the first blood vessel. So first let us discuss once again how many chambers? 4 chambers. This is right auricle, this is left auricle. Okay. The same manner right ventricle, left ventricle. So there are 4 chambers in the inside the heart. So when we discuss how the blood flow inside, so let me discuss chamber wise, then you will have a clear understanding. So let us see first right auricle. In the right auricle, the blood enters with the help of 2 blood vessels children. One is on the top, one is on the bottom. Okay. So the top one, this blood vessel is called as superior vena cava. Superior vena cava. Okay. Superior, we know that superior means which are the top, right. So you can remember the name somewhat easier. Superior vena cava, which is on the top of the right auricle, and another blood vessel which is down of the right auricle is the inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava. So these two are the largest veins which are used to collect the blood from all parts of the body. So let me say first superior vena cava. Superior vena cava collects blood from top parts. What are the top parts of your body children? Head. Okay. Your head and neck. So superior vena cava collects blood from head and neck. Okay. So this blood vessel will collect blood from your head and neck. So then you can understand inferior vena cava what it will do. It collects blood from the remaining parts. What are the remaining parts? From here to here we call trunk and the limbs. Limbs nothing but your hands and legs. Okay. So it collects blood from trunk and limbs. Limbs nothing but your hands and legs. So in this way the deoxygenated blood collected by superior vena cava and inferior vena cava and finally enters into which chamber children? The first chamber, right auricle. Okay. So from the right auricle, so now the blood enters. So from the right auricle the blood starts to move towards down. So as I said, each chamber have a door, right. Here the door is the valve. So here when valve is present, I already said you in the previous class, this valve is called as tricuspid valve. Okay. So this tricuspid valve allows blood from right auricle into right ventricle. Okay. So now the blood enters into right ventricle. So can you guess now from right ventricle where it goes? Can you able to guess? So majority children used to say that from right ventricle it goes to left ventricle to left auricle. Is it correct? No, it won't go like that. Okay, because in between right ventricle and left ventricle there is a valve. How the blood moves? So there is no possibility to move like that. So how it moves, you know, it moves into the blood vessel. Okay. So this blood vessel is called as, the second blood vessel we are discussing here, pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. So you know how the blood enters into pulmonary artery? Yes, here also one valve is present. So this valve is called as pulmonary valve. In the last class I explained you this also. So now from right ventricle the blood enters into pulmonary artery with the help of pulmonary valve. Okay. So now the question here, I want to say one important point. Artery, pulmonary artery speciality. Generally artery means what? There are two important blood vessels. One is artery, another one vein. Arteries always carry blood from heart to body parts, whereas veins collect blood from body parts to heart. So there is no change in that function. But the majority of arteries carry oxygenated blood. Oxygenated nothing but the blood which is rich with oxygen. Okay. And the same manner veins always will collect deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated means what, children? It is nothing but the blood which is rich with carbon dioxide or which have less percentage of oxygen. So, but this pulmonary artery, as it is artery, but it carries deoxygenated blood. So that is a very important bit you have to remember. All the arteries generally carries oxygenated blood, whereas pulmonary artery carries which blood, children? Deoxygenated blood. Okay. So from right ventricle the blood enters into pulmonary artery. From the pulmonary artery, you know, this pulmonary artery again divides into two vessels. Okay. One is right pulmonary artery and another one left pulmonary artery. You know, these two again send the blood to the lungs. From these blood vessels the blood enters into lungs, remember. Okay. So these two blood vessels will carry the blood to the lungs. Here one special note is left pulmonary artery carries blood to right lung, children, and right pulmonary artery carries blood to left lung. In that way mutually it was exchanged. So in that way finally blood enters into lungs. So you already knows that what the lungs will do now, gaseous exchange will takes place. Okay. So at the alveoli the carbon dioxide present in the blood vessels will enter into the lungs and oxygen present in the lungs will enter into the blood vessels. So oxygenation will take place near the lungs. So after oxygenation, now we call that blood as again oxygenated blood. So in this way deoxygenated blood converted into oxygenated blood. So now this oxygenated blood again sent back to another blood vessel. So these blood vessels are called as pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins. Okay. So again the same speciality, generally all veins carries deoxygenated blood, whereas pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood, because as it is bringing blood from lungs, it is oxygenated blood. So it carries oxygenated blood from lungs towards the heart. But you know which side the blood will reach us? Left side. Okay. So now through the pulmonary veins the blood enters into left auricle. So from the left auricle, now here again one more blood vessel is present, one more valve is present. This valve we can say as bicuspid valve. So through the bicuspid valve now the oxygenated blood enters into left ventricle, children. Okay. So I hope you understood. So now from left ventricle where it goes? So you have a question, how it goes? Here we have another blood vessels. You know, children, this blood vessel, see, it is in a big round shape. Remember, this is a big round shape, no? This is the largest blood vessel in our body. So it's one of the important GK question. So this blood vessel, this is which is a round in the shape, even it present even in the bottom also. Okay, a big extension. This blood vessel we can say as the systemic artery. In primary classes you learnt it as a aorta. Okay, aorta. Another name is systemic artery. This is a systemic artery. This is the largest blood vessel present in the human body. Okay. So now from the left ventricle, this oxygenated blood will enter into systemic artery. From the systemic artery, it supplied to all parts of the body. So in this way, the blood moves from right auricle to right ventricle towards lungs. From the lungs, again it bring back to left auricle, from left auricle to left ventricle, from left ventricle to systemic artery, and finally it enters into all parts of the body. Yeah children, so I hope you understood. So now we completed blood vessels, but once again a recap. First one, superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, pulmonary artery, systemic artery and coronary vessels. Okay, let me say what is this. First once again, so this is superior vena cava and this is inferior vena cava. Both are connected to the right auricle. Okay, from this the blood enters into right ventricle. So from right ventricle, the next blood vessel, as I said, pulmonary artery. So this pulmonary artery carries blood towards the lungs. Okay, next blood vessel is systemic artery. So from the lungs, blood enters into left auricle to it enters into left ventricle. From left ventricle, blood enters into the largest blood vessel called as the fourth one, systemic artery. Okay, so now another blood vessel is there, no, coronary vessels. Okay, what are coronary vessels children? There are again two types of vessels, coronary artery and coronary veins. So these actually present on the top walls, they are located on the walls of the heart children. They are located on the walls of the heart. They are specially designed for heart functioning. Coronary artery speciality, it carries blood from inside the heart to walls of the heart, in the sense from inside to outside. In the same manner, coronary vein carries blood from outside the walls of the heart to inside the chambers. Clear? So in this way, coronary artery, coronary vein together will work only for the functioning of the heart. So I hope you understood children now. We discussed about the blood vessels. So now I want to tell you about the differences. Okay. So let me discuss about the first two chambers. Differences between right auricle and left auricle. Okay. So let us see once one interesting fact here. All chambers are not in same size. Please kindly note it. All four chambers children not in a same size. Left auricle is slightly smaller. Whereas when you discuss about ventricles children, right ventricle is slightly smaller, whereas left ventricle is slightly bigger. So opposites, these two, right auricle, left ventricle are slightly bigger, whereas left auricle, right ventricle slightly smaller. Not much difference, just slightly they are smaller than the other two. The reason behind is right auricle receives blood from all parts of the body. Because of that reason, it is slightly bigger. The same thing here, left ventricle supplies blood to all parts of the body. Because of that reason, right auricle, left ventricle slightly bigger than the remaining two. Okay. So now first when we discuss about these two, in between auricles and ventricles there are many differences. Okay. So right auricle, the first point, right auricle is slightly larger, whereas left auricle slightly smaller. Okay. The second point, it receives deoxygenated blood, whereas it receives oxygenated blood. Okay. Right auricle receives which blood children? Deoxygenated blood. As it is collecting blood from all parts of the body, it is deoxygenated blood. Whereas left auricle receives oxygenated blood, as it is receiving blood from lungs. So which blood it receives? Oxygenated blood. Okay. Then the third point, and right auricle pumps blood into right ventricle. Okay. In the same manner, left auricle pumps blood into left ventricle. Okay. The next one, how the right auricle receives blood children? Right auricle receives blood from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Okay. In the same manner, left auricle receives blood from pulmonary veins. Okay. And we can, if you want, we can add one more point also. Right side, which valve is present? Tricuspid valve is present. Left side, bicuspid valve is present. So these are the main differences between right auricle and left auricle. So let me say now the differences between right ventricle and left ventricle. Okay. So when we discuss the differences between left ventricle and right ventricle, so as we know the down two chambers we call as ventricles. Okay. One is right ventricle, another one is left ventricle. Okay. So they are same like the auricles. There are many differences in between the right ventricle and the left ventricle. So let me say the first point. When you talk about right ventricle, as I said before children, left ventricle is slightly bigger, okay, whereas right ventricle is slightly smaller. I said the reason also children. Left ventricle, it supply blood to all parts of the body, so it is slightly larger compared to the right ventricle. So that is the first point. Okay. So left ventricle is slightly larger than the right ventricle, whereas right ventricle slightly smaller than the left ventricle. Okay. So now the second point, it receives which blood children? Deoxygenated blood. Okay. Right ventricle receives deoxygenated blood, whereas left ventricle receives oxygenated blood. Okay. And the next one, it pumps deoxygenated blood to lungs. From right ventricle the blood enters into lungs. Okay. Here left ventricle blood, okay, it sends blood to the systemic artery. Okay. So as one important thing, it sends the blood to lungs, whereas it receives blood from the lungs. Okay. And another thing, pulmonary artery, which artery takes its origin children? Pulmonary artery takes origin in the right ventricle, whereas left ventricle, which blood vessel takes its origin? Systemic artery. Okay. Systemic artery takes its origin in the left ventricle. Okay. And you can add one more point, as I said, tricuspid valve is present in the right side, whereas bicuspid valve is present in the left side. Okay. So these are the main differences in between right ventricle and the left ventricle. Okay. Then the last topic of today's is total valves. Total how many valves are present, where they are located, and what is their function. Okay. Yeah. Now we are going to the last concept, the total the different types of the valves present in the heart. So as I said before children, there are 4 valves, right side one valve, left side one valve, and near the pulmonary artery one valve, and near the systemic artery one valve. Okay. Totally we have 4 valves inside the heart: tricuspid valve, bicuspid valve, systemic valve, and pulmonary valve. So let me discuss once about the where they are located and what is their function. So let me start with the first one, tricuspid valve. As I said before, tricuspid valve is present exactly in between right auricle and right ventricle. Exactly where it is located children? Here there is a aperture. Aperture means hole. Okay. So that aperture is called as right auriculoventricular aperture. So this aperture is guarded by a valve. So this valve is called as tricuspid valve. Okay. So where this tricuspid valve is located? In the right auriculoventricular aperture. Okay. And what is its function children? It allows blood from right auricle to right ventricle. Okay. It allows blood from right auricle to, whenever right auricle is filled with the blood, so then it opens and allows blood into right ventricle. So that is the functioning of the tricuspid valve. Okay. Now the second valve is bicuspid. Same, in the left side also heart have an aperture called as left auriculoventricular aperture. Aperture means hole. Okay. This aperture is guarded by a valve. This valve is called as bicuspid valve. Okay. So this bicuspid valve, what it will do? It same function. It allows blood from left auricle to left ventricle. So once it receives the blood from lungs, then immediately this valve opens and allows blood into left ventricle. Okay. The third valve is systemic valve. Here where, as I said, the largest blood vessel present in our body is this one. the biggest blood vessel, systemic artery. Where the systemic artery takes its origin, in that particular point this valve is present. Okay, that valve is nothing but systemic valve. Okay, so what it will do? It allows blood from right ventricle to the systemic artery. Okay, now the fourth one is pulmonary valve. Same here also, where the pulmonary artery takes its origin in the right ventricle. That particular point we have which valve, children? Pulmonary valve. Okay, so this pulmonary valve allows blood from the right ventricle into the pulmonary artery. Okay, so in this way the valves play very important role to flow blood from one chamber to another chamber, or one chamber to the different blood vessels. And another important functioning of the valve is, valves always useful to flow the blood in a unidirectional method. Uni means single. It won't allow the blood to move backwards, okay, or it prevents the backward flow of the blood. Remember, that is one of the important functioning of the valve. What the valve will do? It prevents the backward flow of the blood. Okay, and another important bit, valves, how these valves are in the same position, same place all the time with the help of a special tissue, children. This tissue is called as chordae tendineae. Chordae tendineae. These are fine fiber like structures. These fibers are useful to hold the valve in that particular position. So chordae tendineae play a very important role to keep the valve in the same position. Okay, so this is about the valves. So I hope you all understood the concept. So today we completed about heart and blood vessels. Okay, so in a recap regarding heart. So before going to the heart, first we need to discuss about circulatory system. So circulatory system basically consists three important parts. Okay, so what are they? First one, a very important chief organ is heart. Heart is the pumping device. Heart connected with blood vessels. So inside the blood vessels, blood is going to flow. So these are the three important parts. So we already finished about the heart. So in the heart we discussed external features. So today we completed internal structure also. Okay, along with internal structure, I even explained you total how many types of blood vessels are present. And finally we discussed about differences between right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle, and valve's position and their function. Okay, so in the next class we are going to discuss how the blood flows, what are the type of circulatory systems, and what are the types of circulations, and what is the evaluation of heart, and how many scientists contributed for the functioning of the heart. Thank you.